22 years old. I live in a pretty nice apartment here in Los Angeles, California. I drive a brand new Ford Raptor, and I've traveled to over 25 countries just within the last 3 years. But it wasn't always like this. You see, I was just another average kid that was forced to go to college just to make his parents proud, and after it inevitably didn't work, I ended up hating my life and I dropped out to pursue a passion of mine, which was making money online so I wouldn't have the boring 9-to-5 life with an average job, an average car, and, well, realistically speaking, most probably an average wife as well. So I tried everything. Dropshipping, crypto, SMMA, NFTs, anything you can think of. I tried every single business model under the sun, and by the end of 1 year, I had lost all my money, and I even had to move into a remote mountain village in Bulgaria to live with my grandma because I was dead broke. So that was a very tough chapter in my life, but it taught me a lot of things about online business, and through going through all the models and trying everything that the online gurus told me, like the dropshipping model, the SMA model, I did it all, and at the end of the day, I figured out a very important life lesson when it comes to business and just making money online as a whole. Look, the cold hard truth is that there's only one metric that you have to look at. There's only one real thing that matters when you try to actually create consistent income online, and that's market timing. I had to learn this the hard way, but just think about it. If you bought Bitcoin 10 years ago, well, you'd be a millionaire now. But if you buy it today, well, good luck. If you start a luxury travel agency finding wealthy tourists and connecting them to activities in Dubai around 5 years ago, once again, you'd be rich. But try that now and it's not going to pan out too well for you. And if you started an e-commerce business around 6 years ago, well, you'd have the next Nike or Lululemon or huge brand you could sell for millions right now. But once again, try that now. You're stuck with a lot of saturation in the market and too much competition to actually be able to go and make money. Literally everything comes down to market timing. I mean, just look at economics. It's the supply and demand chart. It all comes down to whether purchasers are actually looking to buy from you and if you're selling something that they actually want. And as someone that was always late to the party, that was always on that hamster wheel, finding new business model, but never catching the actual trajectory going upwards, I learned a couple things that might just save you the next 3 years of your life and a whole lot of money in wasted mistakes. All you have to do is create a plan moving forward that's modeled on real life data. And so how do we collect that data? Well, we just look at the market as a whole. We don't listen to what people tell us to do. We instead analyze their actions, because actions speak louder than words. And so they might tell you to start dropshipping or start an AI agency. Okay, but what are they doing? Right? Like, what are they actually doing? Not what are they telling you to do, what are they doing? And, think about it. If history's taught us anything, actions speak louder than words, like we just talked about. During the California gold rush, was it the settlers that mined for gold that got rich? Or, was it the people selling the shovels? And so at the end of the day, there's only one thing that's consistent and stays in congruence with every single business model on earth. In fact, huge conglomerate, TV corporations that have millions of dollars to spend are moving to social media to do this themselves, and the answer is content. There's not a single business in the world that can survive without front-end marketing. It's the foundation of every single model. It's the building block. If you don't have good advertising, well, even if you have the best product in the world, no one's gonna see it, no one's gonna buy from you, you'll end up broke. So content is at the forefront of everything. And not just content that gets views, because once again, people might watch the video, but whether they buy from the company, well, that's a completely different story. And so in order to position yourself as someone that can actually make money off this and sell the shovels, you have to become a content operator. Someone that specializes in creating high quality videos in a repeatable, consistent format that also convert into real life revenue and sales for a client or business that you work with. That's the $1 million answer. That's what I wish someone told me 3 years ago. So when I was in that mountain village in Bulgaria, I didn't waste my time starting another dropshipping store or another agency, or now scrambling to look at AI stuff. Like, yeah, we use AI for the content to create the content system, the content pipeline. But at the end of the day, it's like, look at the supply chart. Everyone needs content, right? Social media is super profitable. You think people are just posting for the sake of posting? Like, no, they're making money off it. And so when you make money off something, you need a team. And that's why content operators are super high in demand. All these big companies, influencers, creators, business owners, they need someone to manage their videos and actually optimize a content strategy, find their ideal target audience, and be able to convert them into actual cold hard cash for their business. And when they can find someone they trust, they see you as an asset, you know, not just a video editor that they can outsource for $4 an hour from India. No, they find someone that can make them more money. And so now they see you as your right-hand man and they treat you accordingly. You're not working with a client on a month-to-month contract. Instead, you're working on year-to-year periods. And on top of that, you're actually making money that's growing because you're taking a percent of the revenue generated. You're taking a monthly base fee plus maybe 10%, 20%, 30% of the revenue that stems from the videos that you create, which you're just going to hire an editor to do for you. You're just going to manage the system as an operator. I mean, think about it this way. If you have one video that just does well, that can be an extra $40,000 to $50,000 per month for a company. And it's very realistic to say, hey, look, let me just get 10% of that. You know, out of 50K, you'll get $5,000 for that. And the company will profit 45K without having to do anything. And so now imagine having like 2 of these clients. Now you're at 10K per month. And I'm telling you, like, you don't need to be a millionaire to live this amazing life. I'm not a millionaire. And I have a pretty fun life, to say the least. I go to fancy dinners whenever I want. I fly first class to different countries. I go to the beach. I literally do anything. Like, the world is my oyster. And I'm not saying this to brag. And like, I certainly have so much more to go. I only make like $30,000 to $40,000 per month. And I'll prove it as well. But look, at the end of the day, it's like, why am I able to do this as a broke college dropout and there's people with master's degrees that are struggling to find a job right now? Well, if you haven't guessed it, once again, it comes down to the original point of this video. Market timing. If you buy Bitcoin 10 years ago, you're rich. It's the same thing now. Everyone is getting into content. Everyone needs a content operators. So you're at the very forefront. And when you're at the forefront, you can have a competitive advantage over everyone because you're first to the market, right? Like, think of it like there's a huge pool, and inside the pool, there's a lot of fish, and there's no sharks. You'd be the first shark. So you'd have no competition. You'd eat all the fish. But in other models, you know, like dropshipping, and that's a classic example, there's already like 20 sharks inside. Like, at that point, you know, you're scrounging for scraps. You're not going to get the best fish. You're not going to get, you know, the sea lions that have all the blubber and all the money inside. And so that's really what it comes down to. So look, if you've been trying to make money online for a while now, I know the pain. I've been through it, and I've had my fair share of failures to learn something that I wish I just had this video to watch and I could go and avoid a bunch of those beginner mistakes. So I made a free course for you guys. It's over an hour and a half long, breaking down how to become a content operator from scratch the correct way, and it's completely free. So I'll link that down below in the description of this video. I hope it helps. And look, at the end of the day, it's like, stop listening to what people tell you to do. Look at their actions. The proof is in the pudding. Everyone posts. You know, having a personal brand is the biggest leverage, and all these people, well, they need help, right? You don't have to do it yourself. You don't have to go make videos yourself. Just help people who already have an audience make more money, and you'll never have to look and check at your bank account ever again. You just cruise through life. And if I'm just an average college kid that dropped out, lived with his Bulgarian grandmother in a mountain village, there's no excuse. Like, you can do it as well. You just need the right systems. So yeah, check out the free course down below. I hope it helps, and leave a sub on this channel. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.